If there are two things in this world I love, it's wrestling and movies. So put those things together and I'm in heaven, right? Well, sometimes. It can be harder than you think to make these two worlds path cross successfully. So let's take a look at 5 movies that got this blend perfectly. I'm Dieter Wiegner from German Suplex, and this is 5 awesome wrestling movies that you need to watch. 5. Nacho Libre. Jack Black is a comedic joy. When he stepped into the world of Lucha Libre for Nacho Libre, his gut-busting theatrics perfectly matched up with the film's wrestling antics. This movie sees Black play the part of a cook who looks to raise money for the monastery he grew up in. In order to keep providing for the many children who reside there now, he moonlights as a masked luchador who fights to keep winning and keep his real identity under wraps. This film sees many cameos from Mexican wrestling legends such as Silver King. This is a fantastically hilarious film. Granted, it can be a bit silly, but it's a perfect Sunday movie if ever I saw one. Number 4. No Holds Barred. This is WWE's first hooray into the world of film. In 1989, No Holds Barred served to be the platform to launch Hulk Hogan even more into the stratosphere. It was released on VHS in the 1990s and it even got a DVD re-release 20 plus years later. Fans who were children when this movie came out may remember it fondly, only to be stunned just by how cheesy it is today. No Holds Barred is painfully terrible in terms of both script and acting. So you're probably thinking, why is it on this list? Well, it's one of those it's so good it's bad kind of films. You know, like The Room.
Oh, hi Mark.
If you haven't seen this film, you need to, just to see how mad it is, if nothing else. Hulk Hogan plays Rip, a beloved pro wrestler. Kurt Fuller plays a corporate weasel and television network head who tries to force Rip to sign for his network. Yeah, I'm not joking, that's the plot. Please go and watch this film if you hadn't already, and you can thank me for the laughs later. Just in case you're thinking, should I really bother with this? Just remember what The Miz said.
Hogan is the greatest actor ever.
Number 3. Ready to Rumble. I know, you're probably thinking, oh, is this another it's so bad it's good entry? No. And I know this is going to divide an opinion. After all, this is what led to the infamous David Arquette WCW title run. But this fun-loving film came out when I was about 10 years old, and it will always hold a special place in my heart because of it. So it's making the list for the right reasons. After all, it's my list, so I'm going to do that. At the heart of it, this film is a lovely budding film with 2 friends who love wrestling and find themselves pulled deeper and deeper into that world. It's fun from start to finish, with lots of big names from WCW showing up throughout the entire film. If you have not seen this, grab some popcorn and relax, as you're in for a wrestling movie treat. Number 2. Fighting with My Family. Paige is one of WWE's greatest success stories from within the company's now thriving women's division. Her ascent from NXT to main roster helped kick off the rise of the women's revolution and give the wrestling landscape a welcome makeover. This fantastic biopic tells the tale of Paige's upbringing with a wrestling family, a close relationship with her brother, and what it took for her to climb the ladder in WWE to championship status. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's co-starring role in this film gives it an even stronger sense of legitimacy among wrestling fans. It's a fantastic film from start to finish, with laughs and tears throughout. Number 1. The Wrestler. Mickey Rourke's comeback trail can be charted back to his amazing performance in this film. His role as the downtrodden wrestler known as Randy the Ram Robinson showcases his amazing skill for displaying a character's inner struggles on screen. The wrestler details the trials and tribulations of former wrestling legend that continues to compete even when it's clear his best years are far behind him. This film showcases Randy as he mixes it up with recognisable wrestlers on the indie scene and attempts to reconnect with his estranged daughter. As for the film's ending, it's completely left up to interpretations exactly what happens to the Ram, and it's one of those films that keep you gripped throughout. Highs, lows, everywhere you go. You're never sure if you should be laughing, crying, and by the end, you just love the characters that you've seen go through this journey. It's one of those films that you have to watch as both a film buff and a wrestling buff. And that's the list. I hope you enjoyed it. Did I miss off your favourite wrestling film? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're here, check out another video, give us a subscribe, or even just like the video. Cost you nothing after all, and I'll keep you entertained.